All right. Hello everyone, I'm Sophie. Welcome back to my channel, Sophie's Teaching. All right. I indeed, as I said, opened the Pandora box in 2022. The things I streamed about this topic, and I just didn't turn on the microphone. Okay, I need to do it again. So all right, and all right. Clear all my thoughts, and I like to try it again. The thing is, I got a scam, and with a huge amount of money, and as you can see, as more than 40,000 in New Zealand dollars already. It's around 30,000 American dollars and US dollars. So that's a big amount of money, and not only from my own savings, it's from like my credit cards and my close friends and families. So this is kind of like the things we always see. My case, my scam and fraud case, exactly like the one started getting prevalent nowadays. We call it in Chinese we say 杀猪盘. In China, English they may call it pig slaughter, scamming or frauding matter. And I reported the placement already, and there's some information I'm going to share in today's video. And you could see I'm an early childhood teacher, but in this video I'm not totally going to share something not about early childhood content and topics. If you would like if you don't wanna if you would like to check more of the other informations, welcome to see the other web videos. But in this video is something that will benefit more like adults or even could be teenagers life, because due to the COVID and quarantine, we lost lots of chance to meet people in person, and this is the reason why online dating and talking, video chatting, and even meeting got really prevalent and popular. We actually had no idea about this convenient technology brought us to so many benefits, or sometimes it could be misfortune, but it's all based on who use it, right? So let's cut this off, and let me open this Pandora box and share it with you. And as you can see, I indeed lost my father-in-law and filed separation with my husband, ex-husband, right? And you can still check all the videos I made with him on my YouTube channel. He's still my lovely friend and family. It's just we have different expectations towards the future. And well, I was really emotionally weak, and I should say I could barely make wise choices of my life. Back to that time, I was really how to say, I managed to show I'm cool with this separation. Even I brought it up, and I tried to show Ryan that I'm fine and to live alone. But turned out I could be really stupid without his like kind suggestions sometimes, because I lived in New Zealand all by myself, and that came kind of like gave the scammer another encouragement to scam me, because when you are alone and when you cut off your relationship and bonds with other people, you are less likely to make a wiser choice, because you kind of like block yourself from their friendly advice. So many people mention about, we can't lend money to you because this could be a scamming case. At that time, yeah, I just blocked my mind and from thinking. And let's have a look about what I'm going to share with you about the scamming case. And I gone through all these things, and first I need to mention about how could this scammer found me. and it's not only one scammer. There were two, and I think they were not. I think I strongly believe they are the same team. The first scammer found me through Tinder, which is an online dating app, and like the other social and dating apps, there are so many functions. I have no idea, but I search it and turn out to be this way because I knew Ryan through online dating website too, but it's more like based in New Zealand, so it's really that was safe because I found that Ryan is a lovely person. So after this, I thought, if I wanted to quickly pull myself up, why don't I go resort to the, not go rely on friends' recommendation, more like a go find those guys online, and that would be easy and faster and efficient. Turn out that's totally made me into how to say, totally threw my life away. Because when the people tried to find you and fraud you and scam you on purpose, these things could be a really convenient way for them to grasp information of you. So through Tinder, the things like I didn't pay to see who likes me, but for the scammer, they paid to be the gold member. And when you like their profiles, their pictures, their sayings, and then they can pick up who will be their targets. So there's two scammers, and I all hit the hit like button, and that made them to easily pick me out. So if it's the first mistake, that was like I gone through the online dating app. Second was because me hit the button of liking that person. If you don't like it, there won't be any match, or there won't be any like conversation, conversation box pop up to give you guys a chance to talk to each other, because it doesn't have a search function for them to search out you. It's just like when you hit the button, and then you can just put yourself into the trap or set a trap for yourself. And because in their album and the profile, they always identify themselves as a successful businessman or financial financial manager, and they are they trust the genuine and honest and loyal person, and they don't want a one-night stand, and they have lots of luxury, lots of pictures with luxury cars and watches, hobbies. It's just the first scammer didn't mention about this, but second scammer mentioned about it, and voila. And if you trust it, that's the beginning of the tragedy. And after going through this, I hit the button because there's also another reason why I hit the like button. After cutting out the connection with people in society, you feel like, wow, suddenly you see so many men in front of you, and then all for you to pick and make a choice, and then you have so many choice. I had so many choices. I feel like when I hit the like button, you just kindly give a thumb up to someone's video or picture and says you actually support them. But turn out it's not. If you like it, that means you're really keen to this person, and then when he likes you back, and then you will start a match and a conversation. That could be really, really risky and dangerous, right? If you're not sure about this person, let's just give him an excuse and then give him encouragement to target you. And that was pretty silly of me. The second, I think I mentioned, I would like to mention about the characteristics or the other features of those scammer. Because I'm Chinese, I have been living in New Zealand for a couple of years. So I know how to speak English. I know how to You know, most of the time they will check with you whether you live with your family or how long have you been alone, be single, because I mentioned this basic information through a Tinder profile, but that's way much enough for them to pick up my hobbies. I like traveling, I like exchange language, and I like learning more about new things, exotic cultures, and I also just got divorced and no kids yet. The things, all this basic information of you, just feed them to to say sweet words to fed you up. And later, as you can see, they always mention about they're really cool and they have no idea about the Chinese or Chinese girls, and they would like to learn more. And then you feel suddenly someone appreciate who you are and want to know more about you. And when you just onto this hook, they would start to play the victim cards. By the first scammer said his family lost a lot of money as on running a factory. The second scammer mentioned about his girlfriend cheated him and made him lost 2 million euros. And when I mentioned about my hobbies of knowing more about exotic cultures, and those guys fake themselves as someone from Brazil and from Germany. Yeah, you gave them information to fake their ID, to fake their profile. I was silly. Anyway, and besides this, they would share the photos they had with their families. The first scammer shared the pictures with his family, but I believe that those pictures were ripped off or hacked through someone's profile and or with children, because it looks like it's those pictures not the totally not blurred. So those file pictures shared on dating website could be blurred, and that means indicates like years ago or indicates that we ripped it off from someone. The things when they shared their family photos and the photo with children, that was so clear, and then that make you believe they are really true person in their in this world. And they also mention about they love charity and they don't care about how you look. They are not picky with looks, but actually just a different kind of traps, and then make you kind of like fit yourself into their trap, fit in this box, and then tick 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 until you match all of them, and just facilitate them to do the scamming on you. The things later, and then this is the one I don't know how to say it. It's like for most of guys, I don't know whether you, if I started a question about like you could be a frauder, you could be do something that I may not comfortable with, and they will bombard you with a lot of information, a lot of explanation and sayings, and the kind of like try to scare you away and make you doubt your instinct and make you doubt, like stop you from assumption or stop you from thinking like logically and sentimentally. And these are the basic like characters I found. Yeah, I think especially the victim card, they just want you show sympathy to them and lure you to see more about your stories. And when you show sympathy, you are more likely to jump in their shoes and think with them, think for them. Yeah, that's the scam. That's what the scammer do to you. Ah, when I gone through this, you can see I may still pull a smile on, but in my heart is like so so painful. And let alone I streamed twice today, and then the first one I mute myself, and then now I'm going to explain this properly. All right, and let's mention about let's talk about how these things how did they scammed me. How did they scam me? The things when we see pig slander frauds, it's more like through this online dating app. You can like offered this dating app can like offered them a pig pen. That's the place where they can pick up a pig and start using this trustful relationship to fet them up and to make them more like how to say uh, more controllable and they can manipulate how you think and how they would like these things go and scam you at the end. So you can see this we call the trustful relationship actually gone through for a month. That's a lot. Even I went to the place and they said, "Wow, you had a quite a chat with this guy," and that was eerie. But if you review all your chat recording, you could see every 1 or 2 days he will mention something that crossed the boundary. Sweet things for 1 2 days and then start testing your boundary. That's really dangerous. If you can find this pattern, and then you should start doubt this person and why he's like being sweet, and you can think about his intention and what's his intention, and yeah, how would he approach to you and want to build a relationship with. So I think you can go through all this information over here, mainly about he asks you to be loyal, to be trustful, to be honest. So in this way, you feel like okay, honest is important character of a relationship. That's the time you started to share all your information. All this information involves your financial situations, how much you earn, how much savings do you have. Savings may not say that easily, but what's your like responsibilities, like do you have a house and do you have the other jewelries, and he even because they are rich, they showed their image of being a rich person. They said they will give you a car, and they will buy a RV car in the future to travel with you, or SUV, all these luxury things they will bring you one by one and make you like get used to, oh, this a fancy life and it's a bubble life, and yeah, until one day they pop the open, turn out to be nothing. It's just a dream and a fantasy. And I how to say that let's talk about the first scammer. I think I totally believe they are in the same team. The thing is, like when the first scammer failed to gain my trust, and the second scammer immediately jumped in, and how to say, he started chatting without mentioning about the money, without even like told me directly about he's not going to bring me through this foreign exchange trading experience. That's the relationship will lead to. When you start building relationship and God knows the trust, and they will suggest you to do some financial investment or foreign exchange trades with them. The things are like when one person shared about this thing with you, you feel like that's suspicious. But when two persons shared it with you the same thing, you kind of like feel, that's started to feel convincible. And when you reached to their customer service, this company's customer service, you feel like that's three people. Three people can do what? Can see anything, can really trust to, how to say, can validate the information. That's the time I started to believe the scammer too. And here we go. Here comes the topic. What he talked with me. And how do you say that? Let's talk about the scammer too. The things like uh, he said he's from Germany, and he's just visiting his friend, his dad, his brother, and he lived in his brother's house, and he actually going to visit a friend in North Island of New Zealand, and but he felt, oh, that's really lovely to talk to me, and he will definitely come back with his dad, and he also would like to meet me, and by delaying his trip back to Germany. So these people, and with the same thing with the scammer one, now I think the same. It's like well, you started knowing about each other, you kind of like through the kind of like trying to crash down your dream by saying, oh, I need to pack luggage, I need to go tomorrow immediately, and when I came back I would like to meet you in person, like kind of like through a fantasy or a kind of like expectation for you, and so like, yeah, I'm going to meet you in person, and this also will stop you from asking them out and meet in person because they are traveling, you can't see them, right? And yeah, if someone meet up to this, just get rid of him. He's a liar. Yeah, how could, if I didn't see scammer, like if I didn't bump into two scammers, I may not make the conclusion about what they look like, but after seeing these two, you kind of like start to um figured out what's their characteristics, and what's their way of writing the story, making up the stories. Like, I knew you, and I start talking with you nicely, and then I suddenly create an image of me leaving really soon. But when I come back, I will meet you in person. And in during this long time, we could talk sweetly, and we could do this investment to build our trust and information of each other, and then when we come back we can go through next stage of our relationship by like how to say, you can do travel. The scammer promised to have a travel like self tour driving with me and purchase a car, and you feels like even immigrate from Germany to New Zealand. So that's a lot that's a lot of a promise in within half or 1 month. But I was silly, I blocked my mind. And let's talk about the investment things they would like to put money to. Both of them suggested me to do a foreign exchange trade online. We all know there are some webs, like there are social, there some like apps. I don't know whether I can mention their name. The things like this app, this platform is clear. It's just like who registered under them could be really suspicious and risky. So my friend checked for me that if their license shows no valid regulatory information, so they can be regulated or monitored, it's probably better for you to not touch it. I don't know how to find this, but my friend found it for me, and I even searched it online by myself. It was registered in 2021, and the reason why I blocked the name because I reported it to police. I don't know whether I can do it legally at this stage, so I block it. You just need to be more careful by yourself, and these guys are really how to say foxy. They made a social website and fake the QR codes to lead you to enter the customer service, and release lots of your personal information to them. And when I gone through all this chatting records, I found that actually it took only about 1 week for me to trust him, and then even tried to use a demo account to see how much profit I can earn. The demo account is the account like you don't need to put real money in, but they give you 100,000 US dollars to start the trial. And I remember it earned quite a bit of money that could worth my whole year's wage. Probably not whole year, but like you can see a really cool profit from doing one trade, and that makes me feel like, yeah, if it's a real life account, you can earn more. And that's the time you can like start to jump into the trap. And I first topped up 6,000 US dollar. Before I do these things, he topped up for me because he still see me doubt these things, and then he quickly topped up 20,000 US dollars in. Of course he can do it easily because that's a kind of like number to him, not real money. And he made me to trade one time to earn money, and then made me on purposely lose money. He told you, I have a friend who has inner resources and about how to do it, and how much you should buy and to sell, and then in this way you can earn money to from what dollar to what kind of dollar. It's just kind of like these things turn out all fake information. He let you to fail purposely, and that could him like make, how to say, he let me lost all his money, even another 10,000 US, another 10,000 US dollars. And I questioned him. I said, I won't do this anymore. I will give money back to you. But plus all this money, that equals to 30,000 US dollars already. Exactly like the money he cheated he frauded me. But he didn't try to stop. He will even say, oh, don't worry, that's not a big deal for me, and not that much money, as it's just like money to pay for a bottle of wine for me. And I was saying, oh, this guy is really kind, and I indeed felt really scared of doing it. He started bombarding me with information again, so like you should trust yourself, and never ever try to put pressure on you. And when you quit this, you make me feel really bad about myself. I need to pack my luggage and immediately go back to Germany. And blocked me from thinking. I was saying, wow, what happened? I didn't trust you. I just don't want to do this anymore. But he said, yeah, there's a way to remedy, to fix this problem. If you can keep doing this with me, that will make me feel better, make me feel I can fix the problem. Let's do this, build up this future together. Lie, all the lies. Such a liar. And then that's the time I feel okay. I lost his money. He still not care about it, and even trying to comfort me. Okay, let's do this together. So I put it into 6,000 US dollars at the very beginning. It was silly. And when I after going through it one or two times, he even topped up more. The reason why he topped up more, again, because he would like to encourage me to see, witness more profits generated through these trades. And also because later when I withdraw my money, I need to pay more for the tax. So encouraging me again to pay another to update more money in and in and in. until one day he suddenly mentioned about his friend suggested we should withdraw all the money, not a part of it, but all the money, and we need, before that we need to pay off all the taxes, 20% taxes plus a 5% service fee. Sorry, 5% service fee, and all this money gone through like the customer, and then I could get all the withdrawal. Back to that time, there was 56,000 US dollars. I was like, oh, after deduct all the money, it's still profitable. Yeah, that's the time I started take the money for paying off the taxes. Turned out to be a really huge amount of money that I couldn't afford at that time. So I borrowed the money from friends, paid for 7,200 US dollars for part of the taxes, and this guy even agreed and then kindly offered to pay off the rest of taxes, that is around 23,000 US dollars. I thought, oh, that's so kind. You can't like lower your guard, lose your kind like not being alert to these things anymore. Turned out that's just the beginning. And within this time, he let his he even reached out to me. He said, oh, I have $1 million to withdraw. I just now need 50,000 US dollars, but I need to collect from my friends or even sell watches. So that's the time I started to ask my friends for help, and so I collected that much money for him two times. He got a one for first time, and he still see, oh, I sold my watch, I'm so close to it, I just need another 3,000 US dollars, and that should be fine. I trusted him again, so transferred again. The thing is, like the first time when I tried to top up my account, I still remember, how could I like keep transferring money again and again. The things like at the very beginning, they asked you to pay through link. That the link is like how to say that, as online payments. You normally need to go through lots of questions and the numbers things, but most like I paid by one of New Zealand really famous bank. But their fraud monitoring team monitored this suspicious activity and blocked my card. I was too silly. I thought, okay, and so they suggested if you can use a credit card, you can easily pay it off. So I tried to use my Chinese credit card. Turns out our Chinese government doesn't allow people to buy these virtual coins. So they offered, if you would like to buy the virtual coins, why don't you use why don't you just transfer the money to their account? Then they gave me a remit currency like account in Switzerland with a beneficiary name, SWIFT codes, bank name, address, and even name. Yeah, lots of information as the way your parents or your friend and remit money currency, different currency to you. The things like first, Switzerland. Second, beneficiary name. Why is it a Chinese name? Yeah, indeed a Chinese name. I can read it. As a 3 words Chinese name. But back to that time, I thought, okay, the customer service actually is this is a company registered in Hong Kong. Started with 85. So I thought they registered in UK, but they have a Hong Kong customer service. Okay, I thought because I remember the guy who runs this investment company, he actually is the Chinese, but migrated to UK. So I thought, oh, he probably want to try to make full use of labor, so use people in how to say, in Hong Kong. So these things all makes me believe yeah, I'm fine to transfer the things. Like after one bank failed me, so I must try another bank. So I tried a different bank, but this bank definitely didn't want to ask you too much about like where you are going to remit this currency to, right? Because that's the kind like you use international transfer function to transfer remit money to the person they want to ask you. So convenient, easy, just collect the money and do this transaction. Through all this 6 times bank transferring, I lost this much money. 27,337 US dollars. That equals to this much New Zealand dollars. When I mentioned the number, I mentioned even without mentioning about the remit fees and the other menu fees will like exchange Chinese RMB to New Zealand dollars and then to US dollars. A lot, way much more than the number mentioned over here. And I even troubled lots of friends and families, and I even used my credit cards, and I definitely threw my life away. Even today, over through like the time when I realized that this could be a scam was because all my transferring to the customer service was either like the money I transferred to them was fine, but the money that Pete, like the scammer, promised or offered to me all failed. I like blocked through different kind like resources. You can see it over here. I just don't bother to mention it. It's so stupid. Yeah, I had to collect all the money by myself, even pay for himself. Even after going through this, their customer service is still trying to fool me. They still try to fool me by saying, oh yeah, we're gonna transfer this money immediately to you or within 24 hours, but you need to pay for the remnant kind of like menu fees. But as we all know, when you transfer, like when you remit currency to your friends in foreign countries, like there's a limit for this. No matter how much money you're gonna remit, there's also a limit. Like let's see, like in New Zealand it was 20 New Zealand dollars. In China probably 100 RMB or something. It's not a big amount of money to do this service. The thing is, like the customer service said, we received all your payment, but you need to pay another $1,000 to get your whole withdrawal funds back. Of course, that's the time I realized something wrong with these things, and then I stopped doing that. And once this guy realized me, I didn't reply messages anymore, and I even questioned about him, like can he return the money I put in his account. He said no. The customer service also said, no, we cannot give you your money back. You must now complete your whole withdrawal, not a part of it. There's so many rules. And then why? And then there's also another one, because of like our payments, when you need to pay tax, that's fine. All the money deducts the taxes and all the other allowance, super like payments. You got the rest. But this one's always ask you to pay for the tax, pay for the service fee, pay for all these fees first, and then you can get to your whole withdrawal. That's suspicious. Please remember that. Even over last couple of days, he's still trying to blackmail me through 2 private pictures of me. There was a time he asked he started talking about the sex and asked me to take a picture of myself with the face and my naked body on. So I took a picture of my face, half face, and with my top buddy and a little bit, but that was enough for him to blackmail me by saying he's going to share this in Chinese media and send to my family and relatives, and even he's mentioned just a couple of hours, like 2 hours ago, he tried to blackmail me, say he's going to share on New Zealand entertainment platform, and yeah, kind of like let the whole world know. If you guys see that, yes, he did it, and he even let his first scammer friend even question me. So much drama and all lies, and that's all the things. So that's all the money I lost, and at this moment, and all the tragedies happen. Hope no more. Finger crossed. And after talking through these things, I finally just want to find some peaceful life. My point is like, I still deserve a relation, a cool, a nice, sweet relationship. It's just like when I start dating a next person, I should be more. I should be cautious. Of course, everyone should be cautious, and you could be honest, but honest with a limit. If this person keep testing your boundaries, now 1 and 2 and 3, and if you have like you should stand out for yourself, saying that's not okay. And if he kept like if you start to doubt himself, I think trust your instinct. I question it because he made up the story that he actually is traveling and saying meeting his friend in Toringa, and he mentioned about he actually before the travel, before the trip to New Zealand, he works he comes from Germany but lives in Belgium. He kept talking about the Belgium beer and the Belgium fish and chips, and mentioned about like he went to a Toringa Belgium restaurant. But when I checked it online, I remembered the group, like the map showed it's temporarily closed, and I don't know how could he get picture of that. Rip it off from someone else's album. Yes. So nowadays it's really hard for people to go share information online, especially with your families, because you don't know who will like hack into your account and took away all these informations and use it as resources to scam another really innocent person in the real life. So um yeah, that's gonna be really tricky for you to say it. And I questioned him one time, another time, so like he made me lose money. He thought he explained that the reason why we lost money, why I lost money, because he didn't tell his friend about the profits I made and the plus the capital. That was a lie, because he asked me to buy I remember 20 slots, 20 bytes. That is, if you don't know it, how could you let me buy this low limited buy low like limited quality quantity, what's that number, I don't know. Anyway, it's just like I doubt it. But when I, how to say, jump into the fantasy of seeing him one time and saying, oh, we're going to have a future, when you put yourself into the kind of like even the movie sets, so like lots of Cinderella's met the charming prince and become really cool princess. But in reality, the things like, if you want to get rid of your identity of being a Cinderella, turn out you could be even worse than a Cinderella. That's the truth. Probably I even told, even during these things, you may question me. So like, see how it all started from, because you wanted to hang out with a rich guy and want to take the profits. because the scammer too kept mentioning about doing donation for supporting children and doing something for charity. I told him, even I don't want my profits, I just want my capital back, that's all. Because at that time you can't like started doubting him and your decision as well. It's just like you just I didn't stand out really bravely out and explain my ideas, and so this gave him a chance to keep ripping me off again and again and again. And even after scammed for about 1 week, I didn't take any measures or actions to stop it. I was thinking, okay, I was so stupid. I just take it because I know this money should be laundered and 1,000 times and probably gone through nowhere. And because they talk you through the WhatsApp, you could barely find where they are. And if you know any information of the how to solve these things, just let me know. I don't know. I would like definitely offer more information to policemen. The things like my friend always say, this person should be reasonable, like have same social like how to say social standards. Otherwise, I guess that's Jewel time for scamming you. Understood. And okay. Um. Yeah. And if this person is reasonable, how to say that? It means he is not has huge social or financial like differences with you. That means you are more, how to say, you don't need to tip your toe to reach to him. And then I want to when you guys one day confront with each other, you want to be like get blue toes, kind of like scare yourself away or feel intimidated, and also reliable, and means they share, I don't know, all these are just words. I just feel like when you find a person, yeah, meet in person. Maybe reliable means would like to commit to meet in person. And there's also something I figured out that's really funny, because these guys indeed had talked to me through a whole month and tried to fed me up before they slaughter me, before they kill me, rip me off. They indeed text you a lot, like the way you like when you see you like traveling, and then they said okay, we'll go on a self tour driving. This when you talk about, oh, I like different languages, they will say, oh, I will teach you this language, and then they started to get interested in your language too. And when you talk about I like cooking, and they said, oh, how about one day you teach me how to cook. I not really good at that. All these things, they text sweet you up. And but actually I thought a little bit, I even thought about my ex-husband. I was saying, guys actually don't like texting all the times. Most of the guy, they hate texting, and then they want a guy like read article like talking, sharing their information, unless they mean to scam you or do some suspicious things. That's the thing I found that's really interesting. Second, if they fraud you, if you feel like suspicious of this activity, um, in China, I remember you can freeze your account and make sure they won't be able to. What's that? No. Is that still streaming? Wait. I don't know whether it's still back. Okay. Let's see. It should be all right. Ta-da, 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 ta-da. Okay, back. Okay, let's finish the rest. And the things in China, and you can put the wrong PIN number and freeze your account, and don't give them information about the credit cards. It needs a charge though. It's back. Okay. And don't give them information about the credit cards. There's a scammer indeed mentioned about like they would like to open open a credit card in New Zealand, and first one didn't have a chance to mention about the credit card, but second one insisted to see I don't have any credit cards, and then I would like to get a one and show a big amount of like a huge amount of cash in front of you, like through pictures. See, I would like to put this into your credit cards if I use it one day. Quite lucky. It's really hard to get a credit card with a short period of time. Otherwise, I will totally get scammed. If it worse, way much worse, we're gonna lose more money than it's. I'm really happy. Like it takes a long time to get these good things done. No credit cards, and but my Chinese credit card, I still use the credits, and yeah, I need to face with the reality later, and I share the information with a bank and call them to cancel this transfer, but they couldn't guarantee get money back, and share it with the friends. I'm trying to be brave enough to share with the friends, just trying to remind more people about these cases, and report to the report the policeman, report to the report to the police, and let them to make a conclusion, or like them to sum up all the cases, and then probably they can solve the cases and stop more girls or more vulnerable people from getting scammed. That's a lot of information of me, and I definitely have more to share. Yeah, just if you have any questions, just ask me, and yeah, I would love to explain more. And that's just one kind. In China, I heard about like they can scam you in all kinds of ways, like through sending you a message, you click the link, and or they even fake the how to say the immigration's email address, and text you about you need to pay for certain fees to get a case processed. And in China, lots of celebrities even got scammed. They said if you want to make sure this money is right and is safe, secured, you need to pay a certain amount of money. And the turnout the scammer sent through the whole like casting team is just that celebrity trusted, and then put the PIN number in. Like feels like everybody could be vulnerable when it comes to their own like profits, when it comes to their own interest. You all when you worried about it, when you get into the story they made up for you, and then that's the time you could really easily jump into the trap. Yeah, it's so hard, and but what I could do now is probably start teaching Chinese online, and start doing my own business to earn more money to pay off my friends. If you'd like to learn more about the Chinese, I had the early childhood will come approach to me, and we can start a course. I will go run a company and pay the tax properly. Just through doing more jobs. I remember when I were in China. I remember when I were young. I learned what's his name? 莫泊桑，嗯，莫泊桑，莫泊桑。It's a really popular writer. 莫泊桑 and his famous novel called Necklace. The necklace is a wow, it's a 1888 short story by French writer Guy de Maupassant. Yeah. I even told my friends. I even told my friends about like the transfer money or trust pit, and I told them I could imagine that the rest of my life could be like the woman in this novel, The Necklace, paying off all the debts because of her sense of pride or like or vanity or like the sense of live a fancy life. And I can't like blame myself for doing that because I knew it, and then I still risked my life of doing it. That was my problem, and that really affected me, the way I deal with people. I'm doing a really lovely job like as early childhood teacher, dealing with the most innocent person and the people on the earth. The turnout like when you have been dealing with this really innocent and like really really lovely kids, and then you kind of like lower your guard to face with the people on society. It's still, they're still trustable, the people I mean around you. It's just like that's not the excuse. It just indicates how stupid I am. My mom always say, you're probably really knowledgeable, but when it comes to these social things, you could be like a 2 years old child doesn't know how to social. That indeed I kind of like reflected the way I grown up. You always know, always go 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 go, and I never really think about what how to say, how to deal with other people and how to socialize. That was my problem. I kind of like the time when I lived with Ryan, I kind of like cut myself off to my friends and um, rely more on myself by reading, watching movies, making videos, and share on YouTube. And um, yeah, that wasn't really nice. When you have a friend around you, at least you have someone to share more information, more ideas, only if that person cares about it. I don't want to share information with others or people around me because I know it's just another story for them to talk about, to share around, and then to gain themselves popularity. They don't care about you, and then I feel like, no, I don't want to talk. I want to talk on YouTube, and it's because I want to remind more people, and because when I doubt these guys, I try to search online, and I just felt these things quite far from me and with less information, and yeah, I just want to share more information for you to like put these guys into my categorize of the those characteristics, and then see whether they fit in. If they fit not only one or two boxes, even more, and then you probably should be alert. And then through my tragedy, hope to remind you, be happy and successful, as you always be, and never ever need to be confronted with this nasty person. And then he may still like blackmail me, but that's it. And ready to to be tough and with this stupid tragedies in my anyway. Hope 2022 won't have too much better things hold up for me. And thank you for watching. And a little bit late to go have a good rest and read a nice book. Love you, love you. Thank you for watching. I will see you next time. Thank you. See you.